Today's tale takes place at the Washington Village Cemetery, located just south of Mansfield, Ohio. During the summer of 2020, my godson Thomas and I were investigating at the Washington Village Cemetery when we noticed that the EMF detector was lighting up to a 3 out of 5 everywhere we went. We initially thought that a spirit might be following us around, so I came up with the idea of wanding each other with the K2 meter the way a security officer or correction officer would wand somebody with a metal detector. Upon doing so, we discovered that the meter registered a 1 with Thomas, merely indicating that it was on, and a 3 with me, especially around my chest area. Using the K2 meter, dowsing rods, and a pendulum, we allegedly made contact with the spirit who was manipulating the meter, and who intimated to us that he liked the religious medal that I was wearing under my shirt, and then led us to his grave, which was nearby. The headstone was very worn, and we were unable to read or identify the occupant of the grave. During the summer of 2021, Josh and I recorded my video titled Liking My Medal. If you haven't yet watched it, you may want to add it to your list of important things to do. In preparation for that video, Josh and I went to the Richland County Public Library and checked out the cemetery indexes located in the Sherman Room. Here's Josh at the Washington Village Cemetery disclosing what we learned at the library.
We just came from the Richland County Library and we found out that the deceased here, his name is Benjamin Barnes.
As can be seen here at the 427 mark of the video Liking My Medal, I included a picture of the alleged grave of the alleged spirit who allegedly liked my religious medal and had led us to his grave. Someone who watched this video pointed out to me that he could see a face on the headstone. Could this be the face of Benjamin Barnes? I have found this website, findagrave.com, to be a very useful free tool in both ghost hunting and looking up the final resting places of deceased loved ones and ancestors. After learning the name of the alleged spirit at the Washington Village Cemetery who allegedly liked my Sacred Heart of Jesus metal scapular, I was able to look up his grave on findagrave.com. As you can see in this screenshot, a contributor named E. Robert Malone added these two pictures under Benjamin Barnes' name back in April 2013. Please note in the picture on the right that you can read the decedent's name, and that in the picture on the left, the grave to the left, which the spirit allegedly told us back in 2020 belonged to his wife, wasn't leaning as severely as it is today. This is the original picture, which allegedly contains the face that I included in the video. To make it easier to see the alleged face, I have circled it in this picture in red. And to make it even easier, I outlined the alleged face contained in the red circle in black. Now, am I saying that this is definitely the face of Benjamin Barnes and that he was peering at Thomas and me through his headstone that summer night in 2020 while we were ghost hunting? Of course not. And as I always say, it's merely interesting. I'm including it here for your viewing pleasure and entertainment. And yes, I do wish I could find a photograph or drawing of Mr. Barnes, which could be compared to the image in this picture. One of the things that makes the alleged face interesting is that it seems to have appeared that night during the summer of 2020, as shown on the left, but did not appear in the photograph taken in the daytime during the summer of 2021, as shown on the right. Before we get too excited over the alleged presence of any ghostly faces, I need to point out that the alleged face could very well be the product of matrixing. Matrixing is the phenomena that our brains try to make sense out of what our eyes see by making us see familiar objects. Matrixing could be the simple explanation for Mr. Barnes's face, as well as the famous image of the Blessed Virgin Mary on a piece of toast, and or frequent sightings of angelic and demonic images seen in the clouds. And before we quit, let's take another look at this photograph. Just to demonstrate that it's all in fun and could very well be matrixing, can anyone else see the image of a female lion on Mr. Barnes's headstone? That's what I initially saw when I was looking for Mr. Barnes's face after I was told that it was lurking there. I seriously doubt there was a lioness at the Washington Village Cemetery that night. At least we didn't hear any growling as we've had in the woods next to the Osmond Pittenger Revolutionary War Cemetery, or at the haunted Ashland Tunnel, or at the Mount Olive Cemetery. And for now, this is Ghost Hunter Joe saying happy hunting and see you next time.